Okay, question 9 also asks us to make conclusions based on a test. So again, I'm going to try to find a p-value. So we have a sample of 25 batteries. So n equals 25. And we have the sample average, or x bar, equals 23.85. And we have a sample standard deviation, s, of 2.5. Okay, so when we have a sample standard deviation, s, that means we're going to be using a t-test. Okay, so again, sample standard deviation and not population standard deviation. We're using a t-test, where if we knew the true sigma, it would be a z-test. Okay, so to find my p-value, I go to stat, tests. The second option is t-test. Make sure my input is stats. The mu0 is the number from the null or alternative hypothesis. So I didn't write it before. My alternative is mu is different from 25. Okay, so the number from my alternative hypothesis, or the null hypothesis, is the mu0. And let me note that there's a difference between this 25 and this other 25. Usually these two numbers are different from each other. Okay, but in this example they're both the same. So the mu0 is this number, is the 25. X bar is 23.85. S is the sample standard deviation of 2.5. And n is 25. And in this last row I need to highlight what my alternative looks like. The alternative looks like different from mu0, or different from 25. So I highlight and I press enter over the unequals is the not equal to mu0. I go to calculate, and whatever follows the letter p is my p-value. So the p-value is 0.0304, or about a 0.03. Okay, now to make conclusions with accepting or rejecting the alternative hypothesis, or I'm sorry, accepting or rejecting the null hypothesis, I have to compare this with the different values of alpha. So if I compare it with the first given level of significance, which is 0.05, 0.05 is bigger, so I have my p-value smaller than alpha. P-value smaller than alpha means I reject the null hypothesis. So I reject the null at significance 5%, or 0.05. Okay, I'm also asked to compare this with a 0.01 level of significance. Okay, in this situation the p-value is bigger. So I have a rule that says when the p-value is bigger than alpha, this is when I'm going to accept the null hypothesis, which is H0, at significance level 0.01, or 1%. So if I look at the four choices, then I see that my answer, again, is choice D.